98.9.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Island Tea, right here on Win Media SKN. It's a pleasure to be here with you on Hump Day.
Finally.
It's Wednesday, September 21st. Today, a holiday?
No, they didn't give us back.
I feel like the 21st feel like a good holiday.
They could have given us one yesterday, no?
Yeah, that's true.
We were owed a holiday.
Yeah, but hey, such is life. Whatever happened to the overcast weather yesterday? That ever come true? No? Okay. Well, guys, you're here with your faves, me, Azem, and of course, I'm joined by the lovely Jade, Gwenny Gwenadita, CPL Matthew Stewart, Tushran Johnson. And yeah, we are looking forward to the show today. Jade, how are you doing? How's the family? How's the mental health?
Everything is fine.
Jaden good?
Yeah, man.
Jaden, pick up yourself, you're not listening.
I mean, even though he pulled out the keys out the door and lost it this morning.
Wow.
Couldn't get the house today. Almost was late.
So, wait.
Thank God for the backup.
The keys were in the door.
I locked the door last night.
Right. But this morning, no key.
And I hear them when they come out, eh?
Ah.
I literally was like, Jaden, what is that? He said, Mommy, that thing.
Jaden walk out of it to not go to school.
I feel it's that.
Jaden.
He tried to pull a fast one on me.
Jaden walk a shot. No, they had the backup. You find the actual key yet?
Nope.
Oh, well, you ain't had no time to look for the key.
None at all. So.
Are we not in the house? Because you hear them in the phone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And the door was locked, so
yeah.
I couldn't go outside.
Wow.
Chronicles of a 4-year-old, eh?
My. 2 weeks now, Axman asking me about my Under Armour shirts. I just bought them in the Under Armour store.
Usually where you buy them.
They want on sale.
Ooh. Love a good sale.
Yeah, bye. Hey, you got other times a year to go shopping by.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm doing okay.
You look okay. I mean, you look a little extra grey. What's going on with you?
No, grays are good. A good color for me. I feel comfortable.
I meant your face.
Oh, no. Every now and again, I just let them do their thing.
Okay, I got you.
But yeah, feeling good today. My shoulder ain't nothing me as bad.
Small mercies.
Yeah. The days when I wake up and my hand just ain't numb. Hey, anybody know if Jenny taking clients again? Let me know.
Who's that?
Physiotherapist.
You need some kinks worked out.
Something I work out. Something got to work out by. Something got to work out.
Got you.
Yeah, so hopefully I get to see her.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's plenty people listening who wouldn't mind volunteering their services to work out your kinks. But you know.
Bye. Let me see. The long list here.
There you go.
The long list.
There you go.
But I know we have a lot to get to today.
Yes, indeed. Let's start with a follow-up from yesterday's discussion. So the young lady who was involved in the loss of life of someone else was freed. She was released from the Sandy Point prison.
Oh, so she didn't do it. She didn't do it.
I don't know if she didn't do it. I just know she was released. Yes. So
I'm confused.
Why are you confused?
The same reason you just said. You don't know why she was released.
Oh yeah, I don't know. there wasn't
there was no charges or anything, right?
I don't think so. I think she did her 72 hours and they released her. Maybe based on some information that they got, based on some evidence. I don't know what it was. However, I know that she was released yesterday. So, love and light. I hope that you are able to get some mental health help.
Was somebody dead, Jade?
Yeah, which is why I said she needs to get some counseling.
No, but...
What?
So, so is it that you believe that she was involved in the...
Well,
death?
I mean, if I believe, we all know that she was...
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I don't know who do what and what they do.
Okay, well, I wasn't there either. But
Right,
based on what was sent out...
Well, I can't go based on what was sent out, because if we go based on what was sent out, then...
she was released, so that's all I could tell you. I don't know why.
Right, so I offer her. I offer her. 'Cause I don't know what happened. But there was a death.
Yes.
So nobody had to answer for the death? I'm not saying even just to say, hey, this is what happened.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what releases they're going to put out. I just know that she was like, what?
That's I offer her, you know. You don't understand what I'm telling you. I offer her. So I'm saying there's nobody who can answer for the death.
Well, who is this somebody who should?
I wasn't there.
So then how you asking me? I don't know either.
But that's what I'm not asking you for a name. I'm just saying if there's nobody who's going to answer for the death.
I don't know, friend. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. That's how it goes. We just have to wait. Well, what else we can do? But wait and see.
No, what's supposed to happen is somebody need to explain something.
Oh, well.
Because I don't know how it goes. I would have thought that in the case of, remember yesterday, for instance, just an example, we are talking about self-defense. Usually people have a hearing where they state the facts from their perspective, what happened, and say, hey, such and such happened. Judge, jury makes a determination, depending on what hearing or whatever. And based on the decision, then we move forward.
Well, maybe that part hasn't come yet.
But there's no charges. So I work with...
There no charges? All I say somebody was released.
No, they said no charge. No charges were laid.
Who said that?
Jade, go to the...
Go to what?
The thing where they put out.
Who put out what? Macy don't put out, you know?
So how you know she out?
Because I saw people posting about it.
There's somebody put out something then. Hold on. Sad that this is the place I gotta go to. Sad. But they're like the culmination of everybody else's news.
Okay.
Who is the SKN Daily? Oh, well, SKN Nevis Daily. This is
I
a new thing too?
That been there?
Okay. I really need to.
Yes. Keep up on your news, friend.
Yeah, because it was alleged. But I don't know. I don't know what the investigation found. So,
Do you see anything in there that says?
I saw it somewhere.
Okay. The police.
See, well, this person, who this is?
There's-
Marshall. Who is Marshall?
Kyle.
Oh, Kyle.
So there's no exactly. So there is no anything, but she was released.
Okay. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's why I said I don't know if she was charged and released or she was released without charges, but she just was released.
The matter must be deliberated. Okay, let me tell you what that signals to me, right? If I just heard somebody died, they had somebody assisting with the investigation, because that's what they said. They had somebody in custody assisting with the investigation. They released that person with no charges. I'm saying if the
Nobody
person
said anything about no charges.
right, that's what I'm saying. But I talking about if that happened, right? Released with no charges. Then my assumption would be, well, that person they obviously didn't do it. You see what I'm saying? It can't be that that's the person that did it. And then they just release them later.
But that's what we're saying. They didn't say if they were released
I know.
without. So maybe she was released with charges pending a later update. We just don't know. We just have to wait for something to be announced.
Yeah, but if you are charged in some type of death, there's no bail, there's no not. You just release. That ain't how it works.
So that she didn't get bail.
So that's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that why nobody know what's going on?
I don't know, because maybe the police needs to just release what it is, and that's how we're gonna know what's going on. But
Let's check the police.
I don't check. There's nothing over there.
There's nothing by the police. Not at all.
No. You want me to send a message and see?
Ask a message. I want to know. I want to know because because
And she also apparently she could also be charged at a later date if no charges were.
I know. Obviously. But again, if there's a death, you have somebody in custody assisting with the investigation, right? You release the person, right? And we're saying, and if there's no charges, we're talking about this particular young lady, then what that signals is that either there's no belief that this person did it, or you don't have enough evidence to charge them.
Or maybe they did it, but they found that they did it in self-defense.
You can't. The police don't decide that. That's the point I'm making. The police don't decide that.
Oh, well, who does it say that?
The court.
Oh, well.
That's the point I'm making.
Well, we just gotta wait and see, friend.
It has to be deliberated in court. Somebody dead.
Again.
So the police could just decide that.
Oh yeah, see, I don't work for them.
No, but we're asking the question. Maybe somebody would know the answer. Maybe somebody listening might be able to give us some insight.
Well, we're going to see.
Because I could be dead wrong on this entire thing, eh?
You could.
I could be dead
also
wrong.
be dead wrong, but
I could be dead wrong on this whole entire thing and have no idea what I'm saying.
true.
But
You just trying to figure out.
I just trying to get, and that's the problem I've been having with like the way things are done. Hey, yesterday I talked about how the police deal with the media.
Yeah.
Like this is a very high profile case, so much so that there was a protest outside a police station.
And then.
And there's no statement. There's no statement at all. None. Nothing.
The last statement is that they had somebody in custody assisting. That was the last statement.
Like
Yeah.
when we start talking about things like justice, right? Justice shouldn't just be done. Justice must be seen to be done. Like that's the way it works. Like who like who did like
See, they said the police could decide if it's self-defense.
So the police could just decide the self-defense?
You just asked for an answer.
Yeah, but that's crazy to me.
How come?
I mean, how come?
No, why the police can't decide? Why you in your
The
opinion?
police, that's a judgment. That's a judgment being made. So what else the police could just you understand where I'm coming from? That can't be like that could be that's it. Like the police could just
I'm
what?
not a police.
That like no, what I'm saying is that could be the case, right? That could be the
know
case.
what I'm gonna ask?
Yeah.
Let me ask guys.
But what I'm saying is that could be the case, eh? Like I don't know. But my thing is, if that's the case, but what else the police could just decide? This is where I'm coming from.
Let's
Like
ask the people.
and this does. Oh my gosh, this the.
In some cases, the DPP may say that there is not enough to charge them, or that the case should not go to forward for XYZ reason.
That is the point I was making earlier. That is the point I was making. If the person gets released without charges or whatever, then that would signal to me that there either was not enough evidence to charge the person, that that person maybe have an alibi, didn't do it. Like, so for me,
you're just trying to figure out what happened.
I try to figure out what happened because,
but
to me, I see people seemingly like rejoicing and so, but to me this is wild. This is wild.
They said no charges were laid.
So I be shouldn't do it. So we need to find the killer.
you want to join the voice?
Huh?
You want to join the investigation team?
No, there's people that's people's job. It's the same thing we're talking about. Somebody bring up the.
See, the matter is under investigation, but as of now, no charges have been laid.
That's the point I'm making, Jade. So when we talking about what happened and it's self-defense or whatever, y'all saying this girl kill the person, I telling y'all that they're telling me that it ain't sound like this girl do nothing. Yeah. So I hope. So me ain't crazy. So me ain't crazy then.
No, you could be crazy.
They just say.
Oh, you mean in this instance?
They just said they released the girl with no charges. So my little brain, and again, I am not the sweetest stalk of sugarcane in the patch.
Yes. Well,
but that they're telling me that either they know what happened, so they don't have enough evidence to charge this person, or the belief is that based on the investigation thus far, she didn't deliver any fatal blow to this young man.
Well, again, this matter is developing, but as of now, all we know is that the matter is still under investigation, and the young lady was released.
Yeah, once, and for me, that is important to note, right? It's important
it's still under investigation.
That it's still under investigation, right? But what I'm suggesting is whoever the PRO,
they need to hire me. I could listen.
Or the press, whoever the press.
If you're in a PRO for the sake, why I say Christopher Police Force, hire me. Let me put out some press releases, keep the Federation abreast.
Understanding that this is such a high profile case, there needs to be more communication with the public and
they should have posted something yesterday.
Like the
they should have posted something yesterday too.
Like people got to be wondering if there was charges, if there's no charges, if there was a hearing, if there was nobody know what's going on. Yeah. This sparked a whole protest in front of police station here.
Yep. I didn't remember there was a police station down there, honestly.
Yeah, and I understand that, it doesn't mean they won't charge her after. What I'm saying is, if they have her in custody, right, and they release her with no charges, what that is telling me, at the time, based on the investigation, they may not have had enough evidence to charge her, right? Or they may have had evidence to the contrary, meaning perhaps someone else was involved. That's what I'm saying. It could be either or. So they could charge at a later date based on the investigation. Or maybe somebody else going to get charged. Who knows?
But what they should have done is just say, you know what?
This is what's going on.
We released the individual and we are still investigating the matter.
Like I said, I don't expect the police every time they release somebody to make a whole big. But this is obviously a very high-profile case, and what happens is that you then leave the public to speculate. People can say all kind of things, like it literally sparked a protest in front of a police station.
Yeah. Well, we just got to wait and see if we get a statement or if anything else develops in this case. I'm sure they're listening and they will, in a few, put something out.
You're talking about the police, Jade.
Yes, I am.
Yesterday, I tell you.
They're gonna put you on a face.
What Devon number let me call Devon? Devon? Devon upstairs? Oh.
He done with, yeah, you should be done be here, man. Hopefully.
I want to just ask one question of Devon.
Oh.
Of all the institutions in the country, right? Which institution, him personally as a journalist, has the hardest time getting information from?
I would say the government. You don't feel like it's the government?
Huh?
You don't feel like it's the government? I would feel like it's the government and then the police is a close second.
I believe the police is number one.
You think so? Mm-mm.
I believe the police is number one.
But we also have some good news.
What's going on in the world?
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
You say it so. Like you have no faith that anything good could be happening.
No man, good things will be going on.
Yes. So
You know, to have a whole show focusing on good news.
that is true. I don't know what he does defending it, but he does. I know how hard of a task that is, eh? Because, boy, when I do research for this show at night time, I just be like, Lord, the world crumbling.
Because you look on the news sites.
Well, that's what I got to look.
The news sites can always gear towards negativity. Crazy.
Yes. But yes, yesterday's release was made by the Honorable Samuel Duggins, and it said, join me in welcoming the new director of the creative economy, 22-year-old Robertine Webb. Miss Webb has earned 3 degrees, including Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting from Monroe, NY, Bachelor of Arts in Dance from Hunter College, and Master of Arts in Arts Administration from Baruch College. All of which she graduated with honors and attained various scholarships, awards, and leadership positions during her academic tenure. While living abroad in the United States, Ms. Webb has worked with top international accounting firms known as the Big Four as an audit associate, an intern at the PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, and KPMG, respectively. Yes.
Hey, big up Robertine.
Listen.
I'm a bit confused, but
About
ministries, I have directors?
maybe it's a new position. I don't know.
God, my understanding is that creative economy includes Department of Culture, Entertainment, Sports, Entrepreneurship, Small Business Development Unit. So I'm a bit confused.
You mean as to what her duties would be?
No.
Sorry,
I'm no. What I'm wondering if there was a bit of a typo or something.
Which part would have been the typo? The
Director of the ministry, like ministries don't have directors, to my knowledge. Departments have directors.
Well,
So I don't know if.
Well, it says of the creative economy, so I don't know. There's no ministry in there.
I guess what happened too is that that's a new ministry.
Yeah,
so
maybe they put in some different position.
No, I just think maybe we just don't understand exactly how that works.
What?
I just don't understand how.
No, that was.
No, I know. I figure we're going on your phone, but I don't even know if I want to know. Do I?
Yeah, somebody just messaged me and said, would you be kind enough to address how many ministers of government are off island today with their entourages? Do you know what this costs taxpayers?
No, that's the thing there.
Seems like the only deputy PM on island. Man, what island?
No, that's the thing. Me ain't talking about taxpayers' money and all them kind of things there, but there's a lot of ministers off island. Yeah, with a lot of people.
What happened? I missed something?
No, because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I know Dougie gone because, the Queen.
The PM, I don't know if the PM is at the UN,
but they're on vacation, they're doing work. So what happened if they're off island? They're doing work? They ain't gone to the work. What is the purpose of them being off island?
They ain't gonna work here yet.
Yeah, they're gonna work here, but maybe they're doing the work here and there.
Yeah,
but what is the purpose of them? Okay, but you said the Prime Minister might be at the UN.
I think Congress might be there as well.
Okay.
I
Who
think
else off island?
Honorable Marsha Henderson is off island as well.
For sure. Do you
Jade,
want?
she's in New York.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even get to watch the there was a presser for our live stream at least for it's I think it was the launch of our tourism. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up.
know.
But they were launching something to do with our tourism campaign.
Okay. Who else off island? But Samuel.
I think Samuel here.
You think? Yeah,
I
sure.
think Samuel here.
Raise your hand if you're home.
I think Samuel.
If you was a minister and you were here, raise your hand.
No, but my thing is, I don't know if this is like a regular thing, like with so many of them are filing at the same time. I don't think that's. I don't think that's
some news today, bye.
I don't think that's gonna be the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what has happened every
What?
time these men start watching the entourages.
Oh, a lot of people going with them now? Would you?
I don't be at the airport.
I want to be in an entourage. How to get in an entourage?
I want to be in an entourage.
How's
That's
it
the
going?
problem. I don't know.
We got to ask the question.
If I knew I wasn't gonna be a Jade.
Oh, that's true. Know what I mean? Somebody tell us how to be an entourage. We could do that very well, okay? Very, very well.
Anyway, we're talking about Robertine. So
Yes.
first thing, big up to Robertine. I know she has a lot of passion for the arts, not just dance. A lot of passion for the arts.
Yeah.
She obviously
Yo, Robertine been busy by.
Yeah, Robertine been busy. She been she's obviously qualified.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's
but
one thing y'all can argue with.
So my questions in for her. My questions is I just trying to understand, especially because this is something that I'm kind of like.
You?
No, that I'm passionate about as well in
Yeah.
terms of like the creative economy. Because my understanding was, like I said, it includes sports. It includes what was once the Ministry of Entertainment.
Somebody said, when Jeffrey? When Jeffrey here, where did the country?
Wow.
I had done putting the Deputy Prime Minister under that kind of pressure.
So some people went with today, no?
Listen,
Yesterday?
I didn't even know people off island. Well, I knew that the Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas was off island. I didn't know everybody else was off island.
The whole cabinet. Hold on before Jeffrey, we coming back. Come on. We know the motto for the Boy Scouts is always be prepared.
Hey, listen.
You
I wonder if you got a uniform in government. Because you got a big job, you know. I would wear it. If everybody go and left me, right? I would have wear my uniform. When I tell me to wear it, when I tell me to wear it, they here. Listen, I would have wear my uniform. I would have wear my uniform.
Yeah.
Until everybody come back, that's my uniform for government.
Yeah. Hey, wow. Okay.
Somebody said PM Drew and 4 ministers among large SKN contingent in NYC. Dr. Denzel Douglas, U.S. visa reinstated after 7 years. Damn, it's a long time, bye. Whew.
Man, Dougie love sinking, so Dougie
Yeah,
wasn't
Dougie
rushing.
didn't Former PM and wait, when I sending me things, where this news site come? Where this come from? Cause y'all ain't gonna make me read no wrong information, you know.
Look, SK shish. It's written like less wrong.
What I mean?
Friend of the show.
You know what? It says. No, this done got typo, so maybe reading this.
If
you can't, even spell September something wrong.
Okay, then let's try then.
No. He wasn't gonna do that.
That's why I wasn't gonna do that.
No.
But yeah. So I just want some clarity on what that ministry is, and I think that would because I was a bit confused.
We're gonna get some definitely based on the trajectory of how this government has been going. We're gonna get some information. Even I didn't know everybody gone away.
Okay.
Everybody else know, but me. Nobody. How come I'm so confused to why I didn't know?
You just wasn't focused on that.
No.
On that this particular.
At all. But whatever the reason y'all overseas, make us proud and come back home soon. And next time invite me. Okay?
Yeah, they don't invite
do
us
that.
yet.
How dare you?
We could have shot on the road, you know.
Yeah, listen, do you know how late an island would have been from NY? Even though I don't have no visa.
Come in. Jade, you need no visa in with the bus them.
It's true.
Come on. The man just wait a letter boom bang.
Yeah, it's
Sort
true,
out that.
It's true. Next time, please carry me. Makia? Oh, Mackie in the government. Oh, okay. What's going on with Navy selection? Did it stop? Did election season stop?
Jade, I believe the people of Nevis could have well done with a little break
Oh, that's what's
from the
happening.
family. Yeah, I think election have to be called by March next year. I think it
Oh,
is.
that got time. That got time.
Mm.
Yeah, March next year. We're still in. What month we in?
So when you think
September?
things can ramp up, think that after Carnival,
Probably.
wow,
January.
a 3-month campaign, that's gonna be crazy.
Did you not remember what you said?
And it was crazy. That's the point
Oh.
I'm making. Like,
But it can be done, obviously.
yeah, it can be done. It can be done.
So I'm while scrolling my timeline, I saw that today someone's aunt turned 109.
What? Big up, batting strong by.
Yes, so Ermeline's aunt
What's her name?
Auntie Byrne. She is 109 today. Wow.
Well, I don't know if that's a recent picture, but if it is, Auntie Byrne looking good, boy.
What? I want to look say 509.
Bye. Hey,
Listen. She got the fountain of youth in she backyard.
them is the kind of people we need to be talking to, figuring out, miss, how you do this?
How have you been able to stay here this long?
Sustain.
Sustain your youthful look and your vigor.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow. Oh, too much style with them nail here pan head hand move. So you want me to stand up here with that? Like, okay, so let me put my hand on my foot. Better? Do you feel better, Tassan? Let me understand. You want me to be here stand up like a statue, sir? Please.
Think probably doing something for him. Remember Max said he like the color, yeah?
It's true. I mean, judge them things there. Blue is the thing I'm working right now.
Yeah, I got you.
So they said the tourism minister did a live yesterday promoting SKN vibes.
Yeah, she did I think it was a launch of a campaign that they did. I think it was a launch of a campaign.
Anyway, on to bad news.
Wow. Well, that was good. That was nice while it lasted.
Now we're going to jump back into some good news, hopefully. I think there's some good news mixed in between here.
Nice.
But the police are investigating a non-fatal shooting incident in Farms Estate. That's good news, no? Non-fatal? Yeah, that's it.
Thank God for small mercies.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So the police are investigating a non-fatal shooting incident that occurred on September 18th in which Caldre Chapman of Jimjalan was injured. I feel like most shootings that be happening in Nevis.
Right now, I don't know if the peace ain't on in Nevis.
They forget to send over the budget now? Like, what happening?
I don't know. I have a rant about that, yeah, but anyway, let's move on.
Investigations so far have revealed that sometime after 8 p.m., Chapman had parked and exited his vehicle at a residence in Farms Estate when he was approached by a masked, armed assailant who began firing shots at him. He ran, but the assailant caught up to him and a struggle ensued, during which Chapman was struck in the head and received a gunshot wound to his thigh. The assailant escaped and Chapman was transported to the Alexandra Hospital, where he is warded in stable condition. Damn. Personnel from the forensic department processed the scene and collected items of evidential value. The police are urging persons with information about this incident to contact the Charlestown Police Station by dialing 469-5391, the nearest police station, or the crime hotline at 707. Alright, please put on a gun. Like, what is the purpose of shooting people? I've never understood it. What is the purpose of shooting people, Azim?
That is why, Jade, you probably don't have people trying to shoot you.
Thank the Lord for small mercies, because...
A couple things here.
Go ahead.
One, this gun situation. No, guys, because we have been fortunate enough to see a decline in at least gun-related killings. Don't feel like the gun them gone back wherever they come from.
None of them, man. They're just
That's one.
chilling.
And so we have to continue to put effort into trying to understand a few things. Where the gun them coming from and who all involved in the importation of guns. To my knowledge, we don't make guns here.
Never seen a factory.
2, understanding the things that contribute to young men in particular living in a situation where they have to answer the question that Jade just asked. Why you want to shoot somebody?
Why you shooting people? What is happening in your life that drives you to have to shoot people?
Right.
And why those people?
We need to understand that dynamic, you know. It's not good enough that society somehow just attributes that to, hey, those guys seem to have a problem. Because as I keep saying, where things start, they don't end. I see a video yesterday from in Trinidad.
Oh yeah, I made sure the Jamaica one, no? I forget.
But it seemed as though they were security officers of some member of the security forces who were ambushed by armed assailants and clean up in the vehicle, you know. And the military style, military style, Jade. So we have to answer these questions. We have to investigate these things. Like, we can't just allow this to keep happening. Now, another thing that I want to discuss quickly, because I think it is one thing for us to continually express how things should be, but we also have to recognize how things are, right? So whilst we're trying to see a society where we don't have these types of incidents happening, where we don't have people who choose to settle whatever scores they have using guns, or have any personal or territorial beefs where this kind of violence comes into play. Unfortunately, that's where we are. I'm asking not only the people involved in these things to be vigilant, to not be oblivious to what is happening around you. Sometimes, unfortunately, because of the reality of where we are and what's going on, you got to kind of be aware of what's going on in your surroundings. I see too much people getting lackadaisical. This young man who is now nursing his injuries, he's probably only alive because he was aware of his surroundings and was able to maneuver based on whatever it is he sensed. I just do certain things, Jade. No, as to my knowledge, me ain't got nobody after me. And I try to live peaceably with my fellow men.
As do I.
Yes, Jade. I try to live good with people. But even me, I go out with family. I sit in a place where I could watch the door. I like to go in the corner when nobody could come in the back.
Me back in my house. I start to get antsy like.
When I come out of my house, I take a few seconds to just scout the layout of the land. Any cars that may not on the street. When I drive in behind people, I always give enough space with the car in front of me. Not because me want to run into the bumper, you know, but because me want to have a situation where I can't maneuver out of something. You understand?
Got you.
But you say it already, you know. You in a party and you're watching the energy.
I don't play with that, you know.
Over there, look, them fellas over there look like they're plotting something. I can move in this direction. I go into the bathroom. I do.
Yeah, sometimes people just a little too relaxed and not observant. Like, y'all is not be observing y'all surroundings at all. Y'all just chilling. Everything just fine.
I would love to live in a world where people didn't have to do these things and they didn't have to suggest these things. Unfortunately, that's not the world we are in.
Not at all.
We need to work towards it, but until then,
be vigilant.
Be vigilant. All our young men, hey, and again, I tell all you, me involved in the streets, so I don't talk street politics. I am not a gunman. But to my fellow Kititians and divisions who are involved in such things.
To my fellow gunman.
No, I'm not a gunman. Who are involved in such things, I don't want to see on a t-shirt.
Not at all. and nobody fly you up in the clouds.
So please be aware of what it is that you're doing, where you're at, and I would suggest some of y'all need to stay home sometimes.
Yeah.
Y'all a bit too out there.
So home is fun.
Yeah.
YouTube exists and it's free.
Netflix there. I know.
Y'all even have HBO Plus. It's Plus? Where baby?
Yeah, HBO, yeah.
So y'all have options. Y'all
HBO
have
Max.
PS5s, 4s, 3s. What else they got?
All kind of things,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Y'all got y'all phones. Stay home.
Yeah.
Relax.
And
Keep out of things.
Keep out of things by like as much as y'all might not be doing things that I support, I don't want to see y'all on a shot. So please remain vigilant and aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to a point where you don't have to look over your shoulder all the time. And by extension, I ain't gonna look over mine.
That is most important.
But anyway.
Yes. So tropical. Every time I come here, I got to start with some storm. Jesus Christ, man.
It used to be September, remember, you know? It's like
We say storm and also get dark.
it come like September, remember me, and remember storm coming. Like me not.
Remember, this is the time for them. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And guess what the storm name?
This time is a male name this time.
Yes, it is actually.
Okay, well, you can be alright then.
Name Gaston. Tropical storm Gaston.
You want to tell me they're willful now, Jay? They're willful. They're willful now. Because they know the name this time Gaston were coming.
You know what kind of fire coming with that one. Hopefully this is what that kind. Let me scan through and see.
I'm just waiting for the memes from Antigua.
When they put Gaston face on the storm, the storm.
When they put the little mustache on the storm.
Oh, let me message my Antigua friends them and get them together. Let them start these memes.
No, the little mustache on the storm will be funny.
Yes, somebody say you also need to tell them don't put nobody on a shot. You missed that part for you. Quite important. I don't put nobody else on no shot, up in no clouds, with no wings, no doves, no nothing.
I ain't telling that. One.
And if you're telling them don't on a shot, you gotta tell them don't put people on a shot too. It goes both ways.
No man, that's good business for my printing buddies.
What?
That's good business
Shut
for
up.
my printing buddies, Jade.
Shut up. Please. Let me go talk about the storm. So yes, Tropical Storm Gaston forms in the North Atlantic. The 7th Atlantic named storm of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season has formed Tropical Storm Gaston.
Wow.
The U.S. National Hurricane Center, in the latest update, said Tropical Storm Gaston was located about 990 miles west of the Azores?
Azores.
Azores, okay. NHC says there are no coastal watches or warnings in effect. However, interest in the Azores? I've never seen this word in my life.
Hey, Azores actually?
I
Everything's
don't
Azores.
know. That's what I asked you.
Everything's Azores.
Okay, well, we're going to say Azores. That they're easier for me to pronounce. Should monitor the process of the system. What that there be? What, down here?
I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
Me, no, because I got, that's Fiona. Oh, it's Gaston up here.
Oh, Gaston ain't trouble in the bag.
Yeah, man, Gaston, don't do anything out there.
Gaston is still there and fizzle out.
Yeah, hopefully, because we thought Fiona was going to fizzle out and Fiona turned into a whole hurricane.
Well, I didn't think he was going to fizzle out.
Oh, I did. At 9 p.m., the center of Tropical Storm Gaston was located near latitude 34.7 north, longitude 44.4 west. Gaston is moving toward the north-northeastern near 17 miles per hour, which is 28 kilometers. A turn to the northeast is expected on Wednesday, following by a motion to the east.
I mean, New York probably is the ones watching that right now.
Oh, somebody say it right. May know which one of them you
Azores.
say.
Azores.
Azores, okay. But if that's these little islands up here? What's Azores? I need to know. These little islands up here, right?
I think a little resorts, yeah.
I've never heard of there. I'm going to look it up. But Gaston behave. Okay? Relax your body. Saying the time, not the place.
Yeah, you see.
What's this one here, so? This is what I worried about.
A little that was a depression. That was,
Oh, that's the thing that was supposed to come yesterday?
Mhm.
Okay. And then, what's this one? What's this yellow circle?
I think that's an area of scattered showers or something that might develop into. into something, but it's not fully formed yet.
Okay. These storms gonna be a little antsy, but
Guys,
hopefully they don't
yeah,
do too much.
yeah. I mean, I hope that's the hope, but I mean, I'm looking at what happened to Puerto Rico. I mean, we spoke about what happened to Guadeloupe, but I mean, I'm looking at Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico looks crazy. Like,
You realize that Fiona mashed up the temporary infrastructure that was put in after Maria?
Fiona have no manners. Like,
They
the
ca-
people ain't even catch themselves from Maria, and then here comes Fiona. Like, here comes Fiona.
Here come Fiona, boy.
Jesus Christ. Where she gone now? Let me watch the picture again. I see that she gone somewhere else. Let me see where she...
She heading towards the US, I think.
And you know they can't take nothing because the house built.
She done pass Jamaica?
Let me see.
I think she was a bit northeast of Jamaica, but yeah, no, she ain't gonna touch Jamaica.
No, she going so.
So the keys, the Florida keys.
Oh. Now I'm up there make out a paper. So as I for you. I just do what I could do here because
Go to the mainland.
yeah.
To the mainland.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still don't understand why Americans build a house out of paper, but
Cheap and fast.
yeah, however, hurricanes do happen. They feel like hurricanes only happen in the Caribbean, no?
I don't really blame them too much for that because we right in the hurricane belt and we still build roofs with lips.
So we need to do better before we talk about other people.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
That is completely understandable. But, you want to talk about the biggest drug bust in Nigeria, well, the biggest cocaine bust in Nigeria, or you want to talk about a man who was involved in a gold heist? We're going to talk about both. Say about which one you want to first.
Let's talk about the Nigerian because ironically we just spoke about Jamaica.
And they're involved. Well, at least I think it.
Yeah, at least I think it's this time.
Yes. It's a shame that we need to start saying that. Well, at least it's it.
Apparently we prefer kidnapping.
Our bar is in hell, okay?
Bye.
Our moral bar is literally in hell. But Jamaican among 4 people arrested in Nigeria's biggest cocaine bust. I could tell you which one is Jamaican. I could tell how he posed. What you
Yep. No question about it. Who's the other out there?
Everybody is
The one in the skinny jeans and the hoodie. The one in the skinny jeans and the hoodie.
and a white belt. You know he's Jamaican.
Oh my gosh. All black and a white
Belt, he Jamaican.
All black and a white belt, Jade.
He has to be Jamaican. That's the signature.
Wow.
But
Full up a style.
bye.
No, full up a style.
All in the picture, the man a pose out
No, but he's the most stylish one in the picture.
like, so do you understand what you're taking the picture for?
It don't matter. You can't turn off the style, Jade. You can't turn off the style. Come on.
You're right. A Jamaican national has been arrested in connection with what has been described as the biggest cocaine bust in Nigeria's history. Media reports in the African country named 42-year-old Kelvin Smith, who is from Kingston, as among 4 persons held in connection with the seizure. The other 3 individuals are from Nigeria and are said to be members of a drug cartel. Well, duh. Kind of, I mean...
Yeah. That does seem like it.
The biggest drug bust.
Yeah.
The authorities said that the cocaine was found in 10 traveling bags and 13 drums, and according to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, which is Nigeria's anti-narcotics department, the US $278 million drug bust took place at a large warehouse in an estate in the Ikorubo area of Lagos.
278 million
Milli.
US.
Yeah, transfer that to easy. Let me see what we're working with.
My phone doesn't have enough space, Jade.
Well, mine does, because I have an iPhone. 278 times 2. No, I'm missing something. 278 000
Next set of zeros.
000
Right.
times.
I tell you, ain't got enough. Okay, malfunction. I told you that, Jade.
We're gonna do it again. 287.
Your phone malfunctioning.
000
From the time
time.
From time hit time.
2.6 7.8. $797,860,000.
It's almost a billy.
Almost a billion, yes. Well, the NDLEA spokesman, Femi Baba Femi. Why you laugh, sir?
Why you laugh?
How you laugh?
That's not a good reason, Jade.
Said agents found about 1.8 tons of the illicit drug and that the Jamaican and the warehouse manager were arrested in an intelligence... Somebody snitch. Don't try that.
Of course, Jade. Of
More
course, somebody
intelligence
said.
led. No, say somebody snitch.
Yep.
I always want to have more intelligence led. Operation that lasted 2 days across several locations in Lagos. Baba Femi said that the 4 persons arrested are members of an international drug syndicate that the NDLEA has been trailing since 2018. They were detained at hotels and their hideouts in different parts of Lagos Sunday night and Monday. Baba Femi reported that the cartel was trying to sell the cocaine to buyers in Europe, Asia, and other parts of the world. I just want to know how the Jamaican man get mixed up in this. Like, how? How he get in this? How did he get in this? That is my question. Everybody else, understandable. But how you, sir, get in this?
And what your role is.
Questions that need answers. Questions that need answers. Like, how do you even...
Man, like you're running a multinational conglomerate of cocaine.
And doing good, way? Got 278,000 million, in a small feat.
US.
Oh, man. Pada was a successful drug dealer until he was not.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. He'll be alright. Small bail that. Made how bail in Nigeria go. But
You ever watch The Wire, Jade?
partially. I've watched Narcos though. Fully.
You see, you got this new one named Narco Saints?
Yes.
You watch it?
No, not yet, but it's on my list.
Yeah.
The Asian Narcos?
I was hearing somebody talk about it. I was like, okay, I gotta watch this.
Yeah. Anything Narcos related is usually crazy, eh? So I definitely watching this one. Let's go to Guyana now. I'm so happy the rest of the Caribbean acting up on us.
We have some things to talk about here too, you know.
What
But
happened here?
it happened on the weekend. But
What happened on the weekend? Which one?
I know I keep coming on here and saying we can't tell people how to grieve.
Lord.
But we have to have some limits, Jade. We have to have some limits.
What happened again?
Remember what happened? You didn't see Ras Wheels turn up at church over
Oh, I forget that.
Ras Wheelie.
How do... That's his name? Oh,
I don't know the gentleman's name, Jade. So in typical Kittian fashion.
Really? We got him out of wheelchair. You know,
So in typical Kittian fashion, we give names based on attributes that we witness.
you call him a Raswell.
Ras Wheelie. Come on. Like, I don't know the gentleman's name.
Listen, how did I forget about that? Hey, Miss Anitio. Miss Anitio. Listen, Pana was grieving in his own way, okay? We should not judge. No, we should judge. We definitely should judge.
We definitely should
We need
judge.
to judge this man because why you any people in church burning with? First of all, I was confused by multiple things happening in this one video.
There was a lot of confusing things.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
One, why is she singing "When I Was Your Man" by Bruno Mars?
I couldn't understand. That was the first. That was the first thing that shocked me. As a matter of fact, I thought that was the point of the video. Why is
Me
this,
too.
Why this young lady singing Bruno Mars at the
Right.
funeral? Like, who in the casket?
That's why I wanted to.
Is his name Bruno? Like,
Who in the casket?
I
Who in
did,
the casket she singing to?
I didn't.
And where this song?
I said maybe there was a preamble that I missed.
Listen.
Maybe there was a preamble that I missed. So I was like, okay.
And I didn't catch the song first. Right? At first, I was watching this scene. I'm like, this sing it? This song sing it? And then I started to listen to the song. I said,
I know the church, so I knew he was singing it. And then I was like, why is she singing this?
What
Yeah.
is this? And then the
And-
main character emerged, boy.
This is like a movie, dude.
Boy, first of all, right?
You think Steadway had something to do with this?
If nothing needs to be a part. It needs to. This is what we need to document these things. Because first, it was the off clap.
It was very loud.
It was very loud and very off. And then he had on a mask and then
And a hat.
I was like,
I'm going to be totally honest, Jade. From the time I recognized that I should take my attention from the soloist to the griever, I really thought he was probably doing some kind of hobby or something.
no, what I thought was
No, Jade, come on, think about it.
Obia?
Cause he's like literally at
Yeah.
the
but he could have been
casket.
what I call them people, a contemporary dancer. That's why I thought it. Make a like you. I thought he was about to break out in dance. I said,
Really?
what's that? Because
No, but I had a totally different view. My
well,
view.
I didn't expect Obia because one he in a church.
Jade, he's at a funeral, so I don't know what to expect. He's wearing all black with a hat. The man just like Papa Legba.
And he had
He's
on
lit.
a
He's little.
full mask.
But that's the point I'm
And
making.
a hat.
He was just like Papa Legba.
Yeah, man, who that is. I was.
I'm gonna show you and tell me if this man.
If it makes sense now.
Tell me if this ain't make sense.
Bye. Oh, the singer said that's the woman's favorite song, Bruno Mars. When I was okay, that makes sense. Not really, but it make a little more sense.
Tell me the man wasn't just like Papa Legba, Jade.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
I see.
The man was just like Papa
I see what you
Legba.
mean. I see what you mean.
Yeah, so I said, but this is some kind of voodoo thing going on here.
But I'm telling you, that's not what I thought. I thought the man was a contemporary dancer. I thought he was gearing up to is the clap
Okay.
is the clap to join me off.
Okay.
But then it got worse. Pana decided to pull out a split and just start to blaze it by the casket, and I'm like, what's
going on here?
What's happening
Yeah,
here?
what's going on here? It's like, there's some things when you wake up in the morning you just don't expect.
And that video was not one of them.
Yeah.
Like, nowhere in my head did I foresee seeing this video.
No, Jade, I'm talking about the people at the funeral. You think they have
No,
posted it?
they look like this is a custom thing.
No,
like,
no,
they
no.
look not shocked.
There was only what I assumed to be some family members. They were the only ones who seemed to kind of understand what was happening.
But that's what I mean. Is
The
them
rest-
that was watching?
I was watching the faces of the people just sitting in the crowd, you know.
Oh.
They were
watch
just
back there.
like, what is happening?
No, I wish I was in that church, because the laugh I would have put on, right? As if that put me outside too. They would have put me outside with piano, because ain't no way I gonna contain my laugh when all of this happening.
I don't think there was any way that I could have yeah, I don't
the man not ball up. The man pull out a joint and just, this man is in a wheelchair in the front of the casket. Pull off your hat, pull off your mask.
Show the mask on the ground.
Show the mask on the ground.
Put the hat on the casket.
Pull out a joint. And just start to blaze up. What? She's still singing, eh?
Oh yeah.
All of this happening and she's still singing.
I was like, what is happening? There was just so much things going on.
Then the pastor, I don't know if he's the pastor, but I assume he's the pastor.
Yeah.
The pastor was like, and he went from calm to enraged. He was like, please, if this is your family member, put him outside.
Which I understand. I think the officiating minister,
That was an appropriate response.
I think he exercised so much restraint in the beginning, because it's not only just like, okay, well, this man is like basically blazing up the fire in the church, right?
Yeah.
But it's disruptive.
I mean,
It's disruptive. People come here to, be reverent and mourn, and this is a distraction from the reason why we're here, right?
Yeah, so with the church.
So the first thing that got to me was, Jade, this might sound bad, right? This might sound bad.
Can't always done the video.
But at the same time, for me, looking on at the video, I kept wondering to myself, when somebody ain't just pushing the wheelchair?
Listen,
the lady-
no, apparently look like the type you could just push.
Jade, the man in a wheelchair.
Yes. However, the man ain't look like the type
Jade,
you could
the
just
man in a
push.
wheelchair.
Because the man starts, the man like, you want to fight. Why he gave the minister hat talk? Like, sir.
We didn't even get to that part yet.
Oh, yeah,
We didn't get to that part
We
yet.
jumped past some
I am saying, because of course, some of who I would assume was either his family member or member of the deceased, family member of the deceased or whatever, tried to reason with the young man.
Yeah, the lady come up, she was like,
He referred to one of the ladies as auntie, so I would assume that they were family members.
yeah. Auntie come up, she was like,
Right.
you probably can't do this in here. Like, come on, have some respect for the church. Remember what we're doing.
I kept wondering, where is this guy's family? Because I don't know. I'm going to be honest, he did seem a bit. The behavior signaled to me perhaps intoxication. I don't know.
Something.
I don't know.
Something.
But I just was like, so why isn't anybody just ushering him out?
Mm-hmm.
I understand the ladies are trying to reason with him, but by I think at that point they should have just recognized
Grab the champ.
he is not
Of sound mind.
yeah, he
And
probably ain't in it. I just kept wondering why somebody don't just push him out.
Just grab the wheelchair and push.
Yeah,
What you gonna do? Get up?
Just push him out. That's what I
He
kept
can't
wondering.
get up.
I kept
Obviously.
I kept wondering.
Hopefully, I mean, he not hopefully, but you know, he in a wheelchair, so he got to be.
But then he started moving out. He seemed a
Yeah,
bit.
it seemed like he was about to.
He was
to
moving
wheel
out, but
himself.
he obviously wasn't happy about the fact that he was being asked to leave.
Which man are you, sir? What else do you expect to be happening? Like what outcome did you expect from this?
And the thing is, I believe that the minister's aggravation was not so much based on his actions, but more so the fact that nobody was just coming to the same thing I was thinking. Why nobody just pushing him outside?
Yeah, everybody just telling him. I like he hat though. I like.
No, Pana was styling.
What?
Pana was styling.
Pana red hats, red bottom hats.
Pana,
Vibes.
Jade, Pana, give me Papa Legba vibes. I'm telling you.
See, Auntie here had reasoning him with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, but you gotta go to the church. You can't be smoking in the church.
It's a distraction.
You can't be smoking in the church.
It's a distraction to a guy.
So Pana, the wheelie man side, wherever, I guess, the church he was going.
Yeah, come like they were trying to get him outside.
Yeah, and they got like, the spirit is him, so he turned back. He turned back to start to argue with the pastor, like, sir,
It
what?
seemed as though the pastor had kept telling him, like, sir, you need to go out. So you need
And
to
you
go
see
out.
what me like about this video too? All these people saying down,
Right? That was, and
all these people say, as soon as he bust the bad word, everybody get up.
I couldn't understand what was happening at that point.
Like
he cursed at the minister.
Yeah.
Right?
that's why I draw the line, not
And
the weed.
and
Not the weed
everybody
smoke.
jump up.
So that's why I draw the line. Not the fact that the man in the church half clapping, making a whole scene in front of the casket. Not the fact that the man pull out, he joined.
The woman busting a Bruno man at the altar.
None of this.
The woman busting them.
None of this caused any uproar. But as soon as he let go a bad word, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Everybody up in arms.
No, my thing isn't just that.
But the pastor look like he's going to slap him. The pastor look like he's going to put hands on him. Some holy hands too. Some holy hands.
He was going to pray for him, Jade. Come on.
Yet,
He was going to lay hands on him.
yeah, man. Some holy hands was about to be laid.
But me understand like, and these are the things that is sometimes, and I said it to some friends of mine. I said these are the things that make people sometimes wonder about like the church and Christianity, because it's like
What is going on in our life?
no, but when we start trying to place things like the bad word was bad because of course he was disrespectful, right? But the disrespect start a long time. The disrespect start a long time.
From jump.
Long time the disrespect start. So I'm just like, when the minister is there saying, can the family members of whoever can you?
Hold on. I read some comments all of this. Saying it has to be a movie.
Me never want to know you, but because
Listen.
on the honor day was gonna be its own movie.
Boy, somebody say, wait, hold on. Somebody said when your cheating wife finally dead, so you could get your insurance money.
Yo, people be wilding out here.
Big up Hattie for that comment, because I know she's listening.
People be wilding out here.
Then this is the part that catch me. It says, this was my wife's funeral. They call her name, shame and disgrace. Feel free to ask me any questions. So when you doing interviews under the video? When you doing interviews under the video, if this is your wife, what going on in your life? But we hold on, it gets worse. Surprisingly.
Wow.
It says, Facebook, really fake book. You come on here about your wife and cheated the lady like doo-doo. I can't say the other one. Not even a rape wife tribute on your page. When she died, you left SK to go England and ain't help with the burial. The lady must be turning in her grave. About wife funeral. I remember it. This lady from Antigua posts how you keep sending her pictures of your privates while married. Sir. Oh gosh. Listen.
I don't tell her, Just leave your content instead of posting it. No?
to other people, especially when you're married. Don't post your personal content to any woman while you're married, please.
Some people need to learn to just stay off of these social media, you know. Just stay off. You could have saved yourself a bunch on your shame insurance.
Sir, nobody was going to know.
By sticking to real life.
Yeah, not a soul was going to know.
Oh my God.
How you're out there sending your thing all over the place while you're married. If you did just keep that to yourself. Because when you're doing interviews under the video, feel free to ask me any questions. Why, sir? Why? No, everybody know you was out here cheating on your wife and sending your thing all over the place. Unsolicited.
I don't know that. I mean, who that woman there be?
Well,
Who responded? And I know it's a woman too.
yes, it definitely was.
Yeah. But by this, I feel like they could have been so avoided had people just taken action from the start.
Mm-hmm.
From the start. But hey, but is the reaction when the fellow cursed by?
Why everybody jump up?
I was just like, wait, what happened? Like,
So all I couldn't get up before? What happened?
but I couldn't understand what was going on. Hear this?
Clutching pearls and so. Like the man here
Watch people in the back
a
row.
joint.
People in the back row. People in the back row jump up here to start run up front there.
Like the man hasn't been money in a joint in the church.
For the last 20 minutes.
Why is bad words your limit? Because you see after the pastor?
Jade, that is very disrespectful. Should not have happened.
None of this should have happened.
But that's the point I'm making is the disrespect start a long time. One about the family member of the deceased. Why there wasn't outrage from the start? I don't know. Maybe sometimes they'll be like, oh, we understand, he in a, people have these impressions of people or whatever.
He and all.
But deal with things early.
And all of this was going to happen.
Deal
If
with
they,
things
if
early.
they, from the time Pana Chodong he had on the casket and Chodong the mask on the floor, reel him out. One thing I know about people, right? They're not the family member,
Yep.
They know the levels the family members could get to.
Yep.
From how you see the man start to half clap, I
Yep.
don't know what coming. From the time the man up by the casket,
Hey, I'm here at the beach, Y'all know what I mean.
things about to get wild. Let's get him out of here. Early.
Early.
But I'm glad y'all didn't, because without y'all, we was going to have this content.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to have this content. So kudos to all the people them who decide, let's wait till things get real bad to stop it. Y'all are the real MVPs.
I don't understand. Hey, but big up to the minister too. 'Cause I think the minister exercised a lot of restraint.
A lot of restraint. You think that would happen in Boland Church?
Especially in the beginning.
You think Boland wasn't going to react one time? Boland might have really out himself. From early.
Big up basketball and bye.
He would have get you out of that there early.
Man.
I feel so.
Nah,
You think he would have really out early?
he wouldn't have do that there.
Pastor Connor?
No. But you understand, these pastors, they have like the armor bearers and so, Them man ain't handling that.
AKA the entourage.
I say, yo, armor
Give me
bearer.
that.
Armor bearer. But them man ain't even got to say nothing. Them man just got to give the look. Them man just got to give the head nod.
Well, what do they call him? The Paul, him about Paul bearers?
Between the armor bearers,
What the people them put as
the ushers.
the ushers?
No, the ushers ain't gonna deal with that. Yo.
What you?
You got the deacons them.
The real bad man them.
Actually, the deacons in the churches, them is the man them you gotta watch. Them is the man them you gotta watch.
Them, they do things, man.
Do
them.
things, man. But you can't come in here come disrespect and the deacons them in here, Jaden. I'm telling you.
Things getting dust.
But you just see the band start to play a skeng. Things turn up.
I shocked nobody fling the Bible after him. I'm very shocked.
No, man.
But please don't get the people them such good nonsense.
No, but like I believe, like I said, my main thing is sometimes we gotta look out for we people them. We gotta look out.
Signs of boy there from jump.
Yeah, we gotta look out for we people them. I think the family failed him. The family failed the deceased. The family failed the church. Like
everybody, because again, the
Hey,
signs were there from.
big up to auntie who tried to do.
Try she best.
They'll try she
It's
best.
two of them. It's two of them
big
went up with a little.
Big up to the aunties who try for sure.
A little, that little shushu. She ain't trying to disrupt the church, but she tried to let him know like things serious.
Yeah, big up to auntie one time. But them kind of things, sometimes you need, you know the uncle what you need. You know which uncle you need to come in and deal with that situation there.
Yeah.
Say, really, come.
Really? Ras Wheelie, let me go.
We don't know his name.
Ras Wheelie. That's him. You want to take a call? Maybe he's calling to explain his behavior.
Man was grieving, Jane.
Yeah, man.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning, my island family. How y'all glad for them days now? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
No.
Morning.
Huh?
Morning.
Yes, morning.
Auntie, come. Don't even cut the story. Tell us what happened in the church, because I know you know. I know that you know what happened. So just give us the story.
The whole family, I know them.
I tell you so. Give us the story.
Yeah, what happened, right? His mom went up to him, and after whatever discussion we were going on, he sent up the lady pressure. So she decided now to come back down. I thought she was away for a long time. I just say it was must be a month or two she was there. So I say, well, she must come back down during the election. And when this person said no, he see get her mom, he see get his mom all woke up like that. And when come back down, a sister now, whatever was in the shop, take out the thing them and so the lady used to run her own shop. That send up to pressure her again. I'm going to open her own shop. Make it worse. So maybe she was studying it. She, that's what she does. Me feel good, Why she is sitting talking to someone. She say, me feel good, and with that she pass out. With that now, I didn't even know she had a son. I know she had a son pass away a long time ago, a couple of years ago. I didn't know she had another one like that. And that was really disrespectful. If the people them come down, some of them, the auntie and so I know me and them go school together, so came down for the funeral, and that's what he gave. I have it here on my phone. It's really troublous. And what happened? Anything, Jade, always in the family. So when the first son died, it was a reaction. I didn't know it would be. I never really got to the funeral. I was trying to live in town for a while, Something else happened at wedding. Wedding was a reaction with the old disgusting man. You know what he did? Well, you see, she one more time a day, a lady ain't come down from Kayan and move him out, so I suppose he come in and I make him come and please and thanks. He come on and say he's saying anything for. Yeah, because after he don't get what he wanted, he used to run a barber shop and, he may be fine. He up to you. You pass up in him all the hailing out to me now, watch you, Jade. You wonder who you be. Some say it's Antigua and some say it's Jamaican, I don't know. And next thing again, she daughter went to have a wedding again. It was a reaction. So yeah.
Oh, I just want about the funeral. All of them.
Oh my God.
You want to give people a whole life story. No. I just want to know what happened in the funeral.
Well, what happened in the funeral? They got to win. I see him taking everything. Now. I think he must go pray to the calf now. So I really see him taking off things, show him down and so on. Don't worry now. They say, yeah, he gone. Oh. And they say, there was somebody of mine who went to the funeral saying, so when he went up to the burying ground, went up on a jade and a big circle, and everybody started to scatter. Even the minister and all. So we got on in a cycling heat condition. I don't know, maybe they said, I know, sometime in the, however you condition, you maybe could still handle a cycle. They said people start to scatter out the burying ground up a and jade. Me mother. I read this one. Sometimes we need to go and ask God to pull our families together and get things right.
I could agree with that.
From beginning come right down, sounds so terrible. Oh my gosh. I hear with the bad word in the church. That the minister said, come down and wheel you out. He said, oh, in that chair.
Bye. Things turn up. But that's lady, thanks for your contribution. Thanks for your contribution.
Well,
yeah,
for some reason I know it was not lady calling, and for some reason I know she know the story.
Yeah.
I just know she gonna know the story.
But the thing that is most the thing that I can't really understand about what she said is
the bike path? How we got the bike?
The man on a motorcycle. Like I don't mean even worrying about how he could ride the motorcycle. I worrying when he put the wheelchair. Unless he do it like a sidecar.
Man of friend. I don't know what to tell you. This story just got too much paths for me. Like, this story has too much parts for me.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens, yes. Well.
Hey,
Listen,
living in St. Christopher, bye.
Oh my God.
Living in St. Christopher.
If y'all ain't some characters in this country,
Yeah.
man just say, you know what?
Grief does make people do some things, I tell you.
Yeah, let's say it's grief. Let's use grief.
Let's blame it on grief.
Yeah, he was just acting a lot of character based on grief.
Speaking of acting out a character.
Well, let's jump over to Guyana, which is where we was going, you know. As in, bring back seconds. Look here. Look what happened.
But Jade, at least we know that he could ride a motorcycle.
Yes.
And that was her favorite song. So that explains a bit.
No, it doesn't. But
You sure you want to take this, Jade?
no, but let's take it.
Oh, they hang up. They know we're going Guyana now.
Okay, so a man pleads guilty to involvement in a gold heist. Long time I hear about these things. A 24-year-old man has pled guilty to being involved in a multi-million-dollar gold heist in Guyana. Oh, I can't have a regular name. Satrofan Sigobin, a construction worker of Lot 13, Farm East Bank de Mararo, was arrested along with 49-year-old contractor. Oh, Jesus.
What do you think is next?
Sound it out. Sound it out as him.
Wow.
And I feel like it's Mickey I read it though. Before I say the things that I got to call,
No,
words
Jade,
that I got
Jade,
to call.
I think I.
Sound it out. Use
No,
syllables.
I'm going to spell it for the.
Yeah, do that. So they could understand.
It's spelled BH. We don't go on bad there.
BH.
BHA. So that's ba. LOO. That's Lu.
Lunath.
And
Yeah,
N.
Lunath?
Balloonoth. Balloonoth. Because it's BHALOONAUTH.
Ballooneth.
Balloonoth would be. And his last name is SEE. We know that to be C.
Mm-hmm.
GO. That's go.
Sigobin.
And BIN. So Sigobin. No man, you know that choice.
Ballooneth Sigobin.
Yes.
I feel like I just cast a spell on all the listeners.
Wow.
In connection with the heist, they were charged jointly for the offense of simple larceny of 1,000 ounces of raw gold valued at GYD 400 million. How this is simple larceny, right? When the value in US is $1,916,563,000.
Simple as
How this is simple?
Because that's literally just this amount of gold.
Oh. Oh. Wow. The charge was laid under Section 164 of the Criminal Law Offence Act, Chapter 8, Section 1. The men appeared at the Cove and John Magistrate Court, where Satrofan pled guilty and was sentenced to 4 years imprisonment. Balloonath pled not guilty and was remanded to prison. He will reappear in court on 1st November 2022. The duo are accused of stealing from a female gold dealer between December 2021 and January 2022. The men were allegedly contracted by the victim to conduct repairs to her home. Police alleged that the man found the gold and they divided it up among themselves and went on a spending spree.
Oh, come on.
Rookie mistake.
Come on.
Rookie mistakes. You don't ever start spending the money, you just steal people.
But that's not even my thing, Jade.
Oh, I thought that's...
But I mean, that too. But I mean, my bigger issue is I understand when people have it hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult sometimes for them to see an opportunity to not just see opportunity, you know, but to significantly change the trajectory of the family.
No, the man went on.
No, but them went them a buy Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce. What's that happening in Guyana?
Well, you know, rum.
Yeah.
But no, you went on a spending spree.
Rookie mistake.
Send your children them college or something, man.
Some things, at least when you get locked up, you could say the money was spent on a good cause.
But I am all for. This was something I was gonna ask if you wanted to bring up here. What going on with Tom Brady and Giselle?
Oh, they might work out the family thing for me. I get back on it.
But how you feel about that? I feel
I feel like
I'm
if-
totally with Tom on this, you know.
Oh, how
I am totally with Tom on
If
this.
the man say he come home, gonna help me with the kids, and then decide he ain't doing it again, I would feel away.
I'm not saying she shouldn't feel away.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, for me, there's these rumors of him going to become not just management at the Miami Dolphins, but they're gonna give him an ownership stake. Now, Jade, what that signals to me is, that figure that starts with a B, with a lot of zeros behind it. That's the stratosphere that he go into.
Yeah.
If he got to play 2 more years to not to just make sure, one, that we make more money, but no, every person that comes from his loins for the next X amount of generations gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Maybe she's just fed up with doing it by herself.
Yes, Jade, but you got to eat that. You got to eat that. And the thing about it is,
and maybe he promised that he's gonna stop too.
Yes, and this might be the 3rd or 4th time he promised that he can stop.
Yeah. Everybody got limits. Understandable.
But no. You can't watch it. When men get into the bag, you gotta let men get to the bag. The other, exactly. That's the point I'm making.
That's not my bag, I got to.
But
I
this,
got to feel a while.
but what you have to understand, Jade. Everybody respects and honors women who put certain things on hold.
Not everybody, but
No.
see what I mean.
Yeah, but okay, let me say everybody. But I believe it's honorable when women, as part of the collective, make certain sacrifices to be there for the family, nurture, raise, protect, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
We don't look at men who stay at home the exact same way. Men who aren't doing whatever they need to do to provide for their family, we don't look at them the same way.
Well, time's kind of changing, but that's what I mean.
No, we don't look at them the same way.
Not in that way.
Yeah, we don't look at them the same way, Jade.
Listen,
what I'm
and Tom gonna be alright. This
Yeah,
rich people business,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, for me, the thing what is missing in the conversation is the fact that, yeah, he ain't just for the next year or two gonna be missing out and what going on in his children's life, yeah. But people need to understand, men been missing out on it in the children, and they don't feel it like that ain't a happy thing, no. When men doing what they got to do all the time, you think men don't feel it, but we don't really acknowledge that. Yeah, we don't just say like, oh, men just out here, doing what they got to do to feed their families and thing, and no, men missing. You see, maybe for me this is different because of the job that I do. So like, there's been family gatherings. I wasn't here for my grandfather big celebration the other day.
But I missed Jaden birthday last year because I was in a bubble and that they hurt my chest every day. And Jaden didn't even know his birthday.
Men does be making these sacrifices all the time, especially men who do jobs where you have to kind of be away from your family. You ain't like you go home and you go out and come back every day. Like, I be like, yo, this ain't a new thing. The man has an opportunity. He has an opportunity.
Billion.
No, it ain't about making money. You understand? And for me,
making money and making sure he
is about changing the trajectory of the entire lineage.
Yeah.
That's what the man trying to do. Yeah?
No, that's understandable. You see the other man in the news acting up?
Who the?
What he name by? Adam Levine?
Adam Levine acting up?
Is Adam Levine? Who in Maroon 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
He acting up?
So allegedly, I mean, they're going to hear this, so I don't even know what I'm saying allegedly for. Pano was cheating on his wife. But that was the bad part.
Fair. No, that's fair.
That's not normal. Yeah. But then wanted to name his unborn baby after his mistress.
Okay, you see there now? I trying to work with you, Adam. But then you just... Somebody come.
Yeah. But then it was that. I said, sir, why would you do that? Why would you feel like that's appropriate?
No, but
Bruh.
I was
You're trying to name your unborn child after your mistress? Why?
But the unborn child by the mistress, you mean?
No! By his wife, sir. By his wife. He wants to name the unborn child by his wife after his mistress. Yeah.
Adam, I can't defend this.
You better not?
I can't. I trying to work with my partner there. Adam, no man. No man. I mean, okay, come on, bro. You're rich and powerful. You work your way into a position where, of course, you are now what somebody might call a high value man who a lot of people might want or whatever. Yeah.
See beautiful women all the time.
See
Traveling.
Yeah. Okay.
But sir,
no man, come on.
Why would you then feel like it is very appropriate to message your side woman on Instagram?
What? Jade, my head out to me.
And ask her if she feels like it would be okay for you to name your unborn child after her. Your unborn child by your wife.
Jade, I am so confused. I am so confused. Wow.
Whew.
No man, Witty, Adam in the garden hiding from sense. He ain't eat none of the fruit, no? You got to be eating none of the fruit, boy. The Adam ain't got no knowledge of good nor evil. He ain't got no knowledge.
Let me see if I can find the exact message.
What?
Yeah.
So what he did was he sent a message asking his mistress if he was okay.
Yes.
Hey, big up to the woman them who got standards, yeah? Big up to the women them who have some standards, boy.
What?
The woman not that is not her role, Jade. That would be overstepping a boundary. She had to put Adam in his place.
Bye, she leaked everything.
She had to put him in his place, Jade.
You say, you know what? You're doing too much.
You're doing too much. That is not the arrangement, sir.
God.
You have a wife.
Like, why would that even cross your mind?
You have a wife.
Why would that even cross your mind, sir? Like, at all. Like, even if that was a thought that crossed your mind.
I don't watch him all the time.
Why would you type it out and then send it?
I don't work out. He's one of them, yeah.
One of them what?
Girl clown.
Yeah, bye.
That's girl clown behavior, you know?
Definitely.
Wow.
I just want to find it because I want to read exactly what he said. Hold on. Where is it?
I don't know. And that is the problem sometimes, you know. People don't know how to appropriately place their affections and feelings and emotions. Sometimes we allow our emotions to get the best of us. You know? Sometimes you allow your emotions to get the best of us.
Not to this extent.
But this is on another level. I was already very much prepared to just be like, yeah. Nah, man, nah. Nobody. I can't defend that at all.
I want to read the exact message before we jump into an interview, a quick little interview.
Hey, Witty, morning.
But
morning.
Let me just...
It is Miguel, yeah.
Yeah, man. So...
Witty, you just know exactly what to say to make me feel so tingly. For those of you who are not on the live, you guys should be watching online and join our very active comment section, both on Facebook and YouTube.
Found it.
You found it? Oh, wow.
So...
I'm afraid.
Yeah, she shared some screenshots and all of these things. They've been seeing each other for over a year, whatever.
Okay, fair enough.
In one alleged message, Levine wrote, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious. This is what he tell her. She name Sumner.
Her name is...
Yes, her name is Sumner.
I want to believe that was his way. That was like a very distasteful joke. I don't even want to believe he really considered it.
He said dead serious in caps.
Yeah, that's why I feel it's a joke. Normally when people do the dead serious thing, they're joking. Because you already know that it's crazy. You see where I'm coming from?
Or maybe he said dead serious to make sure she understand, like, no, this ain't a joke. I've been very serious about this. Like, I really want to name my child Sumner.
Adam, you...
Sir?
Your wife and Sumner need to go to therapy. Everybody needs some therapy now. Yeah. And again, as much as I'm bigging up the girl, she ain't have to do him so though.
No, I'm
All
saying
she had
that
to,
too.
all she had to do is say,
I think that there is. I think asking her that just trigger like, you're playing in my face now. You played in my face. You asking me if you could name your child after me, sir? Your unborn child with your wife? Okay.
I think it's more that he getting a child.
Not that he asked her to name the child after her.
Yeah. No, I mean, what would have gotten her to have this reaction? Basically, put it out online.
Not the fact that she knew he been having a child.
No, Jade. He literally in the same message said, "I'm having a child." That's how she knew.
No, she said if he said if the child is a boy, not if that I'm having a child.
The first part of the sentence says.
Let me read it again because
The first part of the
clearly
sentence.
didn't listen to what I said.
He tells her in the message that, "Hey, I'm having a child. I'm having another child," and I say,
Oh yeah. He said,
"Yeah, that's how."
another baby.
And she's there thinking to myself, "Well, Lord, man, you couldn't give me the child." And then, so you ain't want to give me the child, but then you want to name the child after me? Come on.
I ain't seen heaven's gates by. No way, no how.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
I ain't seen them gates of heaven by. Because I doesn't just be doing some things for rich people. Why rich people so stupid? Why is rich people so stupid?
Because you get to a point where you get so much money that you don't have to worry about consequences.
Common sense?
Or common sense. That's how it is.
Anyway, guys, we are going to take a quick break and jump right back in with some conversation with the statistics department. We're going to have a little quick interview with them and then come right back with some more Island tea. Stick and stay.
Cool. Energize your goals with Lucasade. Get it cool. Look under the cap. Find the code. Win it. Thousands in prizes. iPhones and TVs. Or win 30 grand US dollars for your goals. That's goals.
For a chance to win $30,000 US. Purchase any Lucasade Energy promo bottle. Look under the cap and find the code to win iPhones, TVs, and free Lucasade for $30,000 US to energize your goals. See website, social media, or press for details. Lucasade, taste the energy.
Turbo energy, we want kickstart and a workout for some in a mind and in a haircut. We're going up and up and up. 1 cup on me charge up, turbo, me want no time for talk. Pour some in on my cup and get me energy up. Original flavor, me drinking, mixing with the ginseng. When I lose turbo, me for win. Cause a turbo, me say me ever ready, never did it. The greatest, next level energy, it's legendary. So turbo, we drink and charge up. 1 cup on my gun up, me charge up with turbo energy drink.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It's still Hump Day,
Indeed, it is.
September 21st. And guys, as Jade said before we went to the break, we have in the studio with us our friends from the statistics department. I'm here to hang out with us again. Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good morning. We're doing well, thanks.
Awesome. Well, the last time you guys were here, we spoke a lot about the census, and I know the census is still ongoing. So what is it that you guys have on your mind for our viewers and our listeners today?
Well, last week we were here, we spoke about the census drive that we were supposed to have, the island-wide drive last week, Saturday, but because of the weather, of course, that was postponed.
That and a lot of other things.
Plenty.
Yeah, a lot of things.
A lot of other things did happen though. But we're back on track. We are looking forward to having that drive this Saturday coming. So we're here to talk about that. We're also here to talk about the whole process in terms of how we go about preparing and also doing our data collection activities. So I think these are the two main things that we want to talk about today for a bit. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we do it.
Ladies first.
Let's say ladies first,
Okay, Mr. Williams. As Mr. Phipps just said, because of the weather on Saturday, we had to postpone the island-wide drive-thru. So that will be held this coming Saturday, the 24th, right? Yes, the 24th. We are starting, the route hasn't changed. We are starting from our office that is located at Bladen's Commercial Development, heading east, which stops in various known villages around the island. So we are encouraging the general public to please come out and show their support to us. We will also be having some giveaways, a little freebies and informational materials for everyone so they can be versed in the importance of the census. What is a census? Q&As for the census and what's not. So we are encouraging the general public to please come out and show your support to us as we come through your village on Saturday. Thank you.
Come hang out with the stats department.
Yes, please. Nice. Yes.
All right, so that is part one, the drive-through.
Yes.
And the whole point behind the drive-through is to encourage and inform you, the public, that census is ongoing, that it's all about everyone, and that they have a role to play. And what I am here to try and do is to just give a little background as to how we get to the point of interviewing you. You know, it's a long process, and we just want you, the public, to know that, hey, look, a lot of thought went into this, and there's method to the madness. Most, if not all of the questions, yes, all the questions, there's a reason behind the question. And we try and impress that upon the public and upon the persons we choose. So the process all starts, of course, with the designing the questionnaire. We won't really get into that, but that is where we sat down, not just with the office, but with the various stakeholders and partners across the federation, you know, because it's not, even though we're the ones that conduct the census, the whole point is to capture information and statistics relevant to various stakeholders and to the country at large. So we would have had like health, persons in health, in education, social and community development, etc., and we put it all together and we asked you, hey, look, so what are the key areas, the key factors, the things that you want to know about? And having gathered that whole wide spectrum, we sit down and say, okay, these are the questions that would most likely give us this information, and we go from there. So the questionnaire, as a result, has various sections. It starts first and foremost by the name population and housing. So of course we're going to ask you questions relative to you, the person, because each of us, we are part of the population of St. Kitts and Nevis. When you put everybody together, you know how many persons there are in St. Kitts and Nevis. That's on the one side. We also want to know about your housing conditions, where do people in St. Kitts and Nevis live, what kind of houses do they live in, and what kind of amenities they have. So it starts there. We can break it down further on the housing side, the material of your wall, the material of your roof. Do you have running water? Do you have sanitation? What do you use to cook? Mm-hmm. How many persons still utilize pit latrine versus flush toilet? What percentage of the population actually has internet, refrigerators, stoves, washing machine? Because these are not only creature comforts, but these are the variables and the factors you look at when you're assessing poverty.
And standard of living.
Yeah, standard of living, all of those things. So once we've gathered the questions, we put it all together into a questionnaire. Now, back in the day, we would have been talking about a paper questionnaire. Imagine, say, 200 questions. Don't get scared. I'm not saying you will be asked 200 questions.
Right.
But the various parts, you can have some 200 questions. And the questions are broken down, separated, based on, one, the sex of the person. So if you're male, you ask certain questions. If you're female, you ask certain questions. So the first step is you have to divert each person based on the responses they give along the male line, along the female line. Additionally, you have to look at whether the person is under the age of 15 or they're 15 and older, which again diverts you down one line, down another line. So imagine you with the paper having to ask a question and then you have skip directions. If you get a yes, you go this way. If you get a no, you get that way. If you're 15 plus, you go this way. If you're under 15, you go that way. And it goes on and it goes on. It was really a tedious process. So this time around, we were able to get away from the paper. We now have tablets. We don't have one here, but we utilize tablets and we streamline the process.
Nice.
Questions are asked and the system in the tablet automatically points you, so you don't have to search. Because one of the issues we had in the past was interviewer error. So if you're supposed to go from question 8 to question 16 based on the response, you may have misread or looked at the wrong skip, and instead of going to 16, you went to 17. So you would have started off with a male by the time you got down the line because you misread one thing earlier.
Yeah.
You end up asking a male how many children he birthed. And, you know,
sound a little weird.
you see, biologically, so the little simple things, it mattered. And then you had the issues where you end up with a 4-year-old being employed, being a director for the department and those kind of things.
Nice.
At 4.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah, man, I want to aspire to that one day. So we got rid of a lot of those errors. And not only that, we shortened the time frame between conducting an interview and having the final product, which is the output, the tables, the information coming back to the public.
That can be done automatically now.
Yeah, well, in a more streamlined fashion. I can't fully say automatically because a computer is only as good as a person that inputs the data and inputs the criteria, etc. So there's still a bit of a human element in terms of cleaning and so forth.
Right.
What we gone from what was normally a 2-year process on the short end to 9 months max. And that 9 months, I say because now, this time around, we had some other things that popped up that took us out of the field time and time again. But it shortens the process, and it also provides a greater quality assurance in the information you're getting out. Less errors going in, better quality data coming out.
Right. Do you believe that we'll get to a point where, because of the implementation of these types of technologies, that we will get the census happening even more often? Not saying that would happen anytime soon.
Can it happen? Yes. There are actually a few countries in the CARICOM region that conduct censuses in 5-year intervals. I think Belize is one of them. Every 5 years they conduct the census because, like we said the first time we were here, this is your largest data gathering tool. So the more often you can do it, the more often you can have updated information, updated statistics, and you can make your policies more relevant and more up to date.
I think things move so fast sometimes.
Yeah.
That you could sometimes see a huge change.
Yes.
Between the census, but understanding that the process was so tedious prior, to expect it to be done any sooner would have been unreasonable almost.
But that is true. But the beauty is with this new style of census undertaking and survey undertaking, even if we don't conduct the census more frequently, we can now add in other surveys, because there's this one called the multi-indicator cluster survey, which asks as much questions or more than the census, but instead of asking it of the entire population, we ask it of a sample.
Right.
So with the advent of this new technology and the software, we can say, all right, we'll still maintain the periodicity of the census every 10 years, but in between we can conduct a mix. Right. So instead of going around the federation and going door to door for every single household, we can say, let's take a 15% sample, 10% sample, and then we can infer and generalize the outputs to the population. Once you set your sample in a way to get the various characteristics, the variability in the characteristics of the population, we can do that. So that was one. We now have a good questionnaire. We now have the questionnaire set up in a way that you're less likely to have input errors or interview errors, the next step was, of course, to have the interviewers, to have the persons to conduct the census. Now, while we were working on the questionnaire, we would have sent out a call for persons. We will be conducting the census. If you're of age, an adult, you're interested in being a part of this process, we are looking for persons to be enumerators and persons to be supervisors. Please apply, and we would have provided the pathway when you could apply. Enumerator is the person that goes door to door and conducts the actual interview. And of course, you need somebody to supervise them. So, based on the interviews we got, we would have tried to select the persons which are best fit. Best fit, one, in terms of your level, your age, your apparent maturity, your job experience, etc. And also, and importantly, where you live. Because the reality is, you need persons based on the areas you have. So Bastia is several times bigger than any other parish. So if you have only 10 persons applying in Bastia, but St. Paul's, which is one of the smaller ones, you have 30 persons applying in St. Paul's. You have a greater number of persons to choose from in St. Paul's, but you're limited in Bastia, so you're short of persons in Bastia. So we would have had to go through the process of saying, hey, look, I know you don't live in this area. Are you willing to work in this area to try and get persons in areas where we had shortages? Now, because of COVID and the issues surrounding COVID, unfortunately, we had an added criteria, which we've now been able to remove. You know, we had no choice then but to say, hey, look, guys, an added layer of protection, this is what we need. We've taken out all of that. So everyone is free and available. We've selected persons, and we have a good set going.
Okay.
We selected them. We had to train them.
Of course.
You know, the training was twofold. One, the questionnaire and its contents. You need to be knowledgeable on the questionnaire. You need to be knowledgeable on the software that you're using to conduct the interview, and on the tool, the tablet that you're going to use to actually conduct the interview. That's one side of it. The other side of it was interview techniques, attitudes, etc., etc., etc. Because part of it is you are going to persons' doors. You're going to ask them to allow you into their house and allow you into their life. So we needed to ensure that the persons that are going door to door have the necessary skills so as to be able to ask the questions, that's one, receive the answers, two, and bluntly speaking, be neutral when receiving the answers. Because one of the things we said, you are going to be exposed to a myriad, to a whole heap of different people, a whole heap of different lifestyle,
backgrounds,
you know, and different living conditions. And you as the interviewer, you are going inside there, you're asking questions, you're hearing responses, and you're noting responses. That's it. So you're not going inside there to say, why? Is how they treat you? For real?
What do you mean you ain't gonna water in you?
Yeah, exactly. So you are ambivalent to these things. Those things you're not. Your mind have to shut off that part of it. It's a hard thing to do, but the reality is, your job solely is to collect. Unfortunately, we are not there to report, and we are not there to remedy. We are there to inform, and by inform, we will say, coming out of this census, this percentage of this population of St. Kitts and Nevis has this set of characteristics versus that set, etc., etc. At no point, in no way, will we ever come out and say, having conducted the census, Samantha has this going on in the house.
What was you cooking for?
Exactly. So one of the key criteria of the census, one of the key requirements legally, is that we can only disseminate information in a manner that maintains the individual, the anonymity of every person. At no point should you be able to go into the data and pull out and identify, well, based on this got to be Jade, you know. Yeah, this is Jade, you know, and you dive in and you start to search up Jade business. Oh, this is how she make it. Oh, all the time she's not married. She married but she only said she got 2 children, but she did pregnant 3 times. So you see, Jade, sorry, you see, I can't do your business. So, you see, so what you don't know, I ain't supposed to it's not supposed to come out of.
I'll confirm.
Yeah, not just out of the census, but not out of the mouth of anybody.
That works for census.
Any person that we've hired, contracted actually, to do census work, whether it's an enumerator, supervisor, whatever, they have to sign not just a contract, but an oath of secrecy. And they don't sign it up by us. Send them up at the courthouse in front of the magistrate, and they raise their hand to God, and they say, I so swear that I will not divulge, whether directly, indirectly, deliberately, indeliberately, any information that I gather. The only thing I'm going to do is collect it and pass it on to the Department of Statistics, and then I'm going to forget about it. So it's not a case that they go out, conduct interviews, and they get home, and they're sitting down with their partner, and they, boy, you remember this girl, we went to school with her. Year one here, what finally? No, they can't do that.
None of that.
Because they, like I think I mentioned it to you guys last time, there's a fine attached, I think a max of $6,000, but there's also jail attached. Yeah, we are not, I think it's either a year and a half up to 3 years. That, yes.
If you divulge, people's personal business, wow.
So it's very serious business. So that's one of the first things we make clear.
Yeah, I might need to tell a couple of the departments that are here. What can I know? I can get training. That's the training I need to do.
So, yeah, as I was saying, right? 2 things we tell them. Have your hand when you go into people's houses. Tie your tongue when you come out. Okay? You collect, but you don't hear. And when you leave, you forget. Right. Because the reassurance to the public, to every single individual is you are speaking in confidence and with the reassurance that it will never be divulged from any party relative to census. Because sometimes another party in another scenario might be chatting you, and because somebody from census was at your door recently, you might feel like it's census related, but it's not. And if ever there's an instance where it is found that the revelation was census related, there will be penalties.
Yeah, penalty and consequences.
And consequences, because this is serious business. We need it.
Right.
And we need persons to be truthful when they're responding.
There has to be a level of trust.
Yes, that trust has to be there. And that's the next part of the process. We train 300 persons at the end of the day. We'll select 200 because we have to go through and say, okay, based on what we've seen, learned, based on our simple judgment, I don't think we'll be able to utilize you at this time.
You like talk too much. I
just think I'll tell me done here.
Oh, not you.
No,
no, the person.
No, me done. That's what me done. Me just tell them short and simple, you done with that. Because, trust me, it's not an easy task to do, but it's even harder for the respondent to give of themselves to somebody they don't know like that. So we're doing everything we can to make sure we keep it clean and nice. So
I could tell there's a lot that goes into that particular aspect.
Yes.
Of the census.
Yeah. If I could add to that, I think one of the key challenges that we would have found, as Connie would have said, we would train 300 and end up with 2, is that the persons who can speak well, who can get into the household and get the household to cooperate, they're not so averse with the technology. So we really have to try and strike that balance where I have the person who's good with the technology now to operate with the tablet, and at the same time be able to speak to the household in such a manner that we get their fullest cooperation. That has been a major challenge.
Yeah, a different skill set.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. But I'm happy to hear that you guys have been doing the work. People have been coming forward and have been getting trained and taking all the oaths necessary. And from what you guys indicated last time, the census, even with the challenges, has been happening, and you're looking to complete sometime soon.
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to hear that's the case.
Yeah. So I think we've covered enough for today now. Though, if I could give you 1,000 different parts of the process, but we've covered the interviewer, getting the person trained, getting them knowledgeable, and getting them out into the field. Maybe next time I'll tell you about what happens when it comes back into us.
Yeah, that in itself is very interesting.
That's a very interesting process. So.
Yeah. But we look forward to more conversation, and of course we look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday.
Yes, on Saturday.
So that sounds like you'll be there. So
Yeah,
we look
I
forward
don't
to
know
seeing
if
you.
y'all truck coming in my area, you know.
Where you live?
My area on a hill over a cliff between Canefield. I think y'all coming to there.
No,
But if I
you're
come
gonna-
down on the
That might
main
be
road, I
challenging.
might jump on
That
a truck
might
or
be
something.
challenging.
The cane full?
He could come down to meet us.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna come down and link up
Yeah,
y'all
you
on
could
the
come
main.
down to meet us,
All
man.
right.
But spread the word in the meantime.
Yes.
For sure.
Thank you very much.
Yes, man.
All right, guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, my brother. Enjoy the day.
Yeah, have a good day. All the best.
You as well.
All right.
Well, Jade, lot going on with the census by. I mean, we almost there. If the people ain't come check you, you know, you could always call them here.
Yeah, if you feel left out, just call, ask a question, ask them what happened. You forget us?
And please, when the enumerators come and hit you guys up,
Don't lie.
Don't lie. Be honest. There's nothing to be ashamed about, but we need information to help and direct us to make the most informed decisions that we could make. These kind of things really go a long way in informing policy. Mm-hmm. When we come on here and we're talking about this and we're talking about that, we have the information that we need to make the kind of statements and informed and opinionated statements that we make. So yeah, we're gonna need you all to be as honest as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that ain't hard.
Yeah, and know that the information is not personal, and it's safe. They don't even ask you your name. They don't even ask you your name.
They just ask, based questions and yeah. But just be honest.
Yeah. How much children have you birthed? You can tell me, husband. No, ma'am.
They ain't asking if all of them belong to your
No,
husband.
no.
How much belong to your side.
No.
They want to know that.
None of
They
that.
just want to know how many children have you birthed.
What a womb saying. I don't think they ask it like that.
I would.
They don't.
I can't be a numerator.
Yeah, I would ask the questions in all kind of ways that people can just be like, this is official. Yeah, I'll have too much fun. But hey, no one for you, Jade. No one for you.
That's okay. I'll stay here with you guys.
All right.
I think y'all love me here.
But guys, time has run out on us this morning. We actually do a lot of things this morning,
Yeah,
right?
man.
We talk about a lot this morning.
A lot of.
Hey, but one of the things that I was supposed to mention that we didn't get to because we went off on a tangent
As usual.
was you see that Guyana story? What that brought up to me as well, and I like to issue these warnings. Be careful who y'all hire to bring in y'all homes.
Yes.
Be careful who you hire to bring in your homes. Yes, sometimes you might need to call a plumber. Sometimes it ain't just how good the plumber be, sometimes it's if you could trust this person in your house. And if possible, have someone there who you trust.
Yes. Very
to be
important.
because sometimes the funny thing with these kind of jobs, and I always talk about this, how a lot of times the people who you call to do these jobs, they work in the same time you're working. I always be like, why plumbers don't work in the night?
I know that would be a little. Because I need to be there to let you in the house and all these things. So how are you going to do it?
Anybody gonna be home? No, sir. Everybody's at work.
It is literally 10 in the morning.
I'm not taking a special day, so
just to fix my point.
just to be able to check to see if the toilet leaking.
To see where the water coming from.
But on a serious note, guys, we have to be careful about who we let into our homes, even though some of y'all just post it up and down the place. But we have to allow, we have to be vigilant again and be aware of the people that we allow in our homes. Like, we know people just come in, do these jobs, scout out your house. You ain't even know if they're coming back.
Boy.
Coming back tomorrow when you're going to walk out when you're sleeping. No real talk. This is a real thing.
I've watched plenty stories about those things. So
Same thing I say.
y'all got to be very careful. Thankfully, the apartment I live in, they have people that are...
The maintenance.
Yes, so I don't have to worry about those things because if anything go wrong, I know it's them.
Right. And then know who come
Yeah,
in.
me ain't got to hire nobody off the road. and worry about my safety and my well-being and my things.
You know, I had something I was supposed to send you, you know.
What? Yeah, we're sending me some nonsense.
Have you read this story? Have you seen this story about this guy in Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
He was a landlord,
Mm-hmm.
and written into his contract was that all potential female tenants would have to sleep with him in order to get the access to the apartment.
What, he may sleep in the same bed, no?
No. I said sleep with because the other word that people colloquially use isn't appropriate. Isn't appropriate for the airwaves. Yeah, this was a real thing, Jade. Of course they lock him up.
I mean,
Of course they lock him up. And the man making the argument like, hey, they signed the contract, then I was in the contract. It wasn't like we didn't tell them, I pointed it out.
That is not how
Sometimes there's laws that are higher than your contract.
Yeah, man.
Them-
Soliciting
No, but I mean,
is a crime.
but no, but not only that, you know, he's saying I live in Vegas. Prostitution's legal here.
Not that type, sir.
I'm just like, yeah, but then you have to get licenses and all of that. Like,
Hey,
and-
what is
and
wrong
like,
with y'all?
I was
people
like,
with-
well, you know, the man property full. The man property full.
Rent must be cheap over there, but
Well, that is the issue. The issue was why is that so cheap?
well, we know why.
Why?
By the way, Adam Levine admits to poor judgment amid cheating allegations.
Good move, Adam. Good move, Adam.
He said this was a poor choice on my part.
Yeah. I mean, sorry that you're the last to know, but
Obviously, he is, but
better
at
late than
least-
never. Better
but
late
at
than
least-
never.
Yes.
Better late than
Something
never.
wrong with man, you know. Anyway,
Yes, Jade. Men.
my God.
Men are not so smart. And it's always that way. I'd be watching the little children, Jade.
Mm-hmm.
The little girl's 6, way more advanced than the little boys are 6. I'm telling you. The little girls, I'd be shame first.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at them like the little girl over here, like drawing like a dress for her prom, and the little boy eating grass. It's like, we ain't got a chance. We ain't got a chance. Thank God for physical abilities and testosterone. I don't.
That's sad.
We wouldn't have got no chance. Testosterone is the only thing saving us, Jade.
Saving grace for real. That's why God got you. Because he couldn't get everything.
Oh my
He
gosh.
got you no type of common, no capital sense.
I'd be watching these little boys 10 and 11. I'm watching the girls 10 and 11 and be like,
This is what my society gonna look like by.
This is a new development. Or it's always been like this.
No, I always been something. This ain't new at all.
Oh boy, then you watch Adam and you're going like, but nobody don't change. We don't go to it. We don't.
Not one bit.
Oh boy, but
Not one bit.
guys, we have to leave. We gotta go. We gotta disembark.
Indeed.
Thank you guys for being here with us this morning, listening to us
Patriots going to play.
and being a part. I don't know for that. Though.
And they're going to play Barbados too, so you're not going to lose.
I have a CP a long time. But guys, if you joined us on one of the digital media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, winmediask.com, we appreciate you big time. For the nuts lady that called in.
Thank you for the story.
Yeah, thank you for the story.
the follow-up.
Yeah. And to the guest, big up yourself as well. But guys, please remember, learn from the losses of others. We spoke about a lot today.
Learn from any of the stories we spoke about.
Do not repeat. Do not repeat.
None of these, please.
Yeah, none of these. Don't sing Bruno Mars in funerals.
Even if it's the person's favorite song. Time and place.
Yeah, don't hire people here not to come in your house.
They're going to rob you.
Don't deal drugs in Nigeria. How about that?
Unless you're Jamaican.
No, especially if you're Jamaican, they're getting caught.
This was a one-off thing.
Oh, it's a one-off. He's the exception. Okay. So many life lessons start today.
So many.
So many lessons start
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
But guys, also please remember, and this is a lesson that all of these seem to confirm. Spend more time living your content than posting it.
Simple maths.
Ask Adam.
Adam. Don't send your side chick any messages on Instagram unless they're on disappear mode.
Disappear mode.
That's the thing. Use it.
And guys, please remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug.